Hello, everybody. Average Gamer here. Welcome to another episode of Kerbal Space Program is hard. so, in this episode, we're going to do our first batch of research and development. Basically, we're spending our science that we get on the research tree. Everything goes higher. So up here, for example, it's 1,000 science here. Well, this stuff's 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to unlock a couple of these things. As you unlock them, you get more things. So, for example, we will unlock. We're just going to zoom in here a little bit. We unlock basic rocketry. We're going to get a FLT 100 fuel engine. We're going to get even bigger, basically a double solid rocket booster. Basically, this rocket booster is twice as big and powerful as the last one. And the swivel liquid fuel engine. So we're going to unlock those. And then we're going to go to the next one, which is Engineering 101. We're going to get the Science Junior, a Communitron, which can be used to communicate information from your spaceship back to Kerbin to basically transmit your science. Now, you do lose a little science when you transmit, so always got to remember that. And last but not least, a stack decoupler. This is one of the more important parts of the game, and we're going to research that. We're going to get into those parts a little later, but we're going to design ourselves a newer rocket. First things first, I'm going to get rid of you. Next, we're going to add the Science Junior. And actually, we're going to change something up a little bit. I believe one of these things should be a survivability, yes. So one thing I do want to get, just in case we get too high, is a heat shield. Because burning on your way back in is a possibility. So a couple things you need to learn. For example, the little button here that says 6, 3, and 3, that is not the cost. You have to hover over, and then the cost will be here, and it'll also be, obviously, like right here. So, General Rocketry 20, Stability 18, Survivability 15. I want to get Survivability, because I want to get these extra parachutes, and this service bay. So we're going to service that. We still have 40 left over. So we could do General Rocketry and Stability, but you know what? Baby steps. Baby steps. So, what we're going to do is we're going to keep that parachute, but we're also going to change up a few things. Number 1, we're going to do 2 of you, but I'm going to rotate these around a little bit. I want to rotate them sideways. Perfect. And I also want to move them down just a little bit. Perfect. And open those doors. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. There we go. Perfect. I really like this. It keeps everything in. Everything becomes very more aerodynamic. Keep these big chutes on the side. Perfect. Do we have any more signs that we can do? No. We have our Communitron, but we're not going to communicate anything in this episode. Heat shield. We're going to put that on the bottom there, just in case we got a little higher than we're expecting. We have just that Cybertron. Okay. So now we're actually going to build ourselves a rocket. Highlight and just hit the Alt button. Perfect. Select you. Select the swivel engine. We're going to close that. And we're going to put 2 there and 2 there. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to tweak the size of these things just yet. Later on, when we get bigger ones, we'll be able to do a lot better. Service bay is good to go. First thing we do, we're going to launch this thing, and we're just going to let it sit there for a second. I want to see how sturdy it is. We're going to do a quick observe 7.5 science out of that. Perfect. And we're going to recover the vessel real quick. Next. Done. And we're just going to launch that guy again. So, SAS is on. Make sure all our staging is properly set up. So the plan is we're probably not going to get too high, but we're going to aim for that way. So we're going to aim for the 270 degree line. Normally when you're going into orbit, you go for the 90, but we're going for the 270. We're going to try and aim for the left. So in 3, 2, make sure our throttle's all the way up. 1, 0, go. And we're going to slowly tilt ourselves a little bit. Watching our fuel slowly go down. Tilt just a little bit more. Our parachutes are red because it's too fast, which is no big deal. We're now going to observe the bay. Open these doors up and test one of these out. Nope. Close the door. Wow, we're getting pretty high up there. Wow, we're getting a little hot. I'm gonna slow down. Boom, 9 science. We have burnt off all our energy. We're going to hit M to see the map here, to see how high we're going to go. We are going to hit 115 meters. So we're going to stage now. We're going to break this off here. We're going to go hit space. And we're also going to do an EVA. So our first actual space EVA. EVA. We're going to keep the experiment. We're going to move down a little bit. We're also going to take all that and store all of it. And we're going to hop back in. I just want to review this real quick. So this was in upper atmosphere. We right-click this one. What is this one? Space near Kerbal. Perfect. So we're going to close that. We're going to close the door there. Right-click. We're going to do another crew report. We're going to get 5 signs from that one. And what we're going to do, because we want to spam it a little bit, we're going to take the data and we're going to store the data. Another EVA. We're going to save that. We're going to store the data. And we're going to board. So right now we got a whole bunch of stuff we're available. What we can do later on, when you get like a science, like an engineer, you can go around and reset all your different experiments and things like that. And we're almost at our apogee. Speed it up a little bit here. And what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to see if there's any science we could do at this point. While in space near Kerbal. Oh, perfect. We can. Okay. So I'm also going to tell him to go to EVA. Do EVA report. We're going to take everything. We're going to store everything. There's 2 that we couldn't store because they're copies. We're going to drop those experiments. So we got 4 so far, which is pretty good. Looks like we're going to come down right in the middle of the flats here. So around here somewhere. Still have one more stage to do, which is obviously these. I'm going to speed it up. So as we come back into orbit, we're going to obviously tell the heat shield, or the computer basically, or the stability system on our capsule here, hey, I want you to point the heat shield, obviously, at basically our I think it's the apogee. So basically our perigee, which is the smallest or the lowest point in our orbit, aka retrograde. It's a little off. There we go. It should slowly realign itself. Don't know if you guys can hear that. We're at 8,000 meters. Oh! Came in a little hot. You learn something new every day. So there we were, basically we were too steep. What would have been better is we flattened out our orbit. So instead of coming straight up and straight down, we could have curved it and should have curved it. But it's one of the things you got to learn every time when you play. Steepest isn't always the best. So what we're going to do now is do another crew report. And we're going to recover the vessel. Now, everything that was in the Science Junior, we lost it. But in the end, we did earn 53.2 science. A lot of science. Overall, now we have 100. So, lesson from that one. Steep re-entry, not a good idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to change up our build a little bit. So we now know this thing can get us pretty high into orbit, and theoretically might actually be able to get us into orbit. If it had a little bit more oomph, or a little more oomph-ha-ha, so to speak, to it. So if I keep pressing the wrong damn building. I'm actually going to turn the game volume up here, actually. Really? I can't. Why can't I do the... Is it after? Wow. Can I not... Oh, here we go. Settings. Audio. Let's turn everything up a little bit. There we go. Okay. I hope you guys can hear this. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to get stability because it's going to have the radial decouplers. And we're also going to get general rocketry because it has the Thumper solid rocket booster. So we're going to unlock both of these and get ourselves 6 more parts. And this is basically what the game's like. It's all about collecting more parts. What is this? I think this shows you how much money this thing's worth. So, we're going to make a couple changes. Number 1, these things are going to be placed on an angle. Nope, not enough of an angle. There we go. Okay, so this is insane, but this is gonna be fun. So one of the fun parts about this game is doing stupid crazy shit like this. I'm gonna change this up a little bit. So these engines fire. So these engines are gonna fire at the beginning. Then this engine's gonna fire. And these four are gonna separate as this engine fires. And on our way back in, these go. Okay, so here we go. Stability assist on, and we are launching in 3, 2. God help us. 1, 0. Got a bit of a spin going. We're going to wait till we get to 6,000 feet, and we're going to start to turn to the right a little bit. Here we go. Oh, we got quite a bit of spin going. I can't counter the spin. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get us back on the 90, which is right there. I'm going to slowly turn us, get the engine going. I got the map real quick. Alright, I'm going to put us immediately on, basically it's called the 0, which is here. And I'm going to go full burn. And you'll notice that our should start to level out. Perfect, okay. Alright, we are now in space, technically. I'm going to tell it to burn down a little bit. Alright, and we're going to stop here for the moment. What's going to happen is we're going to get to our apogee here. We're going to try to get to orbit. 151, 126, 128, 126, 129, 126, 112, 143. $28, 100. I want 102, 127, 126. That'll be close enough. And we're going to tell it, go to the maneuver, and it's going to take 49 seconds, or 41 second burn. So we want to burn at about 20 seconds towards our node. And we got to get 1,341.8 meters a second. Speed up a little bit here. So when we hit 0, we're going to burn 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Watch our fuel. Watch our meters per second. We need 1,100 meters a second. We're down to 123. We're probably not going to make orbit. But we're going to get damn close. So we got damn close. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit because I can barely hear myself. There we go. So, on the bright side, we got damn close to orbit. So what we're going to do, we're going to break that away. We're going to open this up. Okay. Keep. We're going to do an EVA there. So you notice, we're not really holding on. EVA, we're going to take that. And I don't think we're... wait, can I reset? Collect data? Remove data. Close doors. No. So experiments. EVA. Store experiments. Take it all. Store it all. Oh, perfect. Or anyways, because there was already an EVA report. Observe the goo. 2.3. I'm going to close you. I want to take this, but at the same time, that's where our heat shield is, so that's not a good idea. I'm going to close you off. So 78 meters and 137. So we're going to slowly come down. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed it up to show you. What's going to happen is we're going to slowly come into orbit. And this should come down on the other side. Oh shit, we are actually in orbit. And I fired off our engine. Okay, so, 137. Wait, 78. That went down, didn't it? 78, 215. When we come back in here, this should go down again. So I'm not mistaken, we are hitting some atmosphere here. No, we're not. Okay. So, I have stranded one of our astronauts in space. Okay, so, I am awesome. On the bright side, unlimited fuel, our food and electricity and energy and all that stuff. So, okay. Mental note. I kind of screwed that up. We're going to have to rescue that guy in the future. Until the next episode. See you guys next time. Sorry, Jebediah. Bye-bye.